Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and the Houston Texans have made some moves today with their new coaching staff, and they've hired a new defensive coordinator and Matt Burke, who is the defensive line coach in Arizona, and not only that, and it's kind of weird how they hire someone who is on Arizona's staff because the Texans are talking to Cliff. How do you say Klingsbury? Wait, something. Cliff. They're talking to just fired head coach from the Arizona Cardinals, Cliff Kingsbury. I think I said that right. About a potential job with the Texans. I think we all know that would be offensive coordinator. Even though he was just fired, I think if as a fired head coach, I still think the worst job he can get is offensive coordinator. I don't think I wouldn't think he'd get anything. I don't think he'd get a QB coach, which I think we already have a QB coach. So I think the only job that he would be considering to join the staff would be offensive coordinator, and I don't know if that's a fit for the Texans. I know D'Amico was interested in bringing in I know D'Amico was interested in bringing in the 49ers passing game coordinator. I don't know what's happened with that, but apparently the Texans were talking with Cliff. What I will say, it is a little weird how the Texans have hired Matt Burke, an Arizona guy, defensive line coach, someone who's coached J.J. Watt. Now they're talking to Cliff Kingsbury. It kind of looks, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to jinx it, but with definitely one guy coming in from Arizona, and potentially two, is J.J. Watt going to come to Houston as a head coach? I don't know defensive line, that can't be where he'd be. Defensive ends coach, I guess. Maybe that would be, that would have to be the spot where JJ would be at as defensive ends coach. But with former teammate and D'Amico Ryans as the head coach, JJ's defensive line coach, his former head coach in Cliff, potentially. I don't see. I think JJ wants to, stay in football. If he can't be in playing, he can't be playing. Then I think, whether it's, I think JJ's, I think JJ, I've been a big fan of JJ ever since, I was really young, since like 2017, 2016. And I've listened to this guy, all over the place. And I know he loves this game. And it's going to kill him that he's not able to play football. So I think JJ is going to either coach or he's going to be an analyst. And I don't know which one. I think he'd be like CBS or Fox or something like that, right? Or a coach. And with, guys that he's familiar with in Arizona, D'Amico, a good friend of his, being the head coach, former teammate of his. Could JJ possibly come to the Texans? I don't know. But going back to the Matt Burke hire, I like it. I mean, it's not like he's going to be calling the plays on defense. D'Amico will be calling the plays on defense. But you had to hire a defensive coordinator, and that's what you did. So we'll see how he does. I mean, hired someone who was close in their division. You probably knew him a little better than others, right? Because, you 49ers, you have to face the Cardinals twice a year. So, I mean, yeah, I like this for the Texans. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens with the Cliff Kingsbury. That should be interesting to see if the Texans bring him in as an offensive coordinator. Who knows if that's going to happen? And who knows if J.J. Watt could potentially come to Houston as a coach? And what would that be? I think that would definitely be the defensive ends coach. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on the Texans hiring Matt Burke as a defensive coordinator. And let's wait for the Texans to hire offensive coordinator. I can't remember the name, but they did hire, and it was hard to pronounce the name too. But they did hire a safety coach today. And it was And plus that, it was a staff member from San Francisco as well. So that's the first member that D'Amico has brought on from the 49ers. So we'll see what happens. I like the way this is going so far. I think this, this is just the beginning of it with D'Amico, and bringing in new guys like Matt Burke, and talking with Cliff, and bringing in the new safeties coach, and potentially bringing in JJ. This just the coach, switching out the coaching. I just like it for the Texans so far. I like Matt Burke. Don't know much about him, but just the Cardinals' defense was run pretty decently in my opinion. But I like what just early thoughts. I like what this coaching staff is sort of being built to be. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm excited. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out. Go Texans.